Have you ever noticed how the calendar flips to January and suddenly it feels like the entire world is in a rush? Today I want to show you why January does not need to be the crash course in fixing your whole life and how you can approach the turn of the year in a way that is kinder, steadier, and more sustainable. Let's start with the biggest trap. Thinking January is the one shot you get at change. Most of us set ambitious goals on the first week of the year, then abandon them by Feb. Why? Not because we're lazy, but because we picked the wrong time. Matter of fact, we cannot even pick a worse time. Think about it. You're stepping out of the holiday chaos. You're sleep deprived. Perhaps you've even traveled. You've just returned and your routine is now off. Your finances are tight and the kids are probably adjusting back into school mode. That is not fertile soil for radical intervention. It's more like trying to plant delicate seedlings in the middle of a storm. So here's your first reframe. January is not a launch pad. It doesn't have to be. Your only job is to lay rails and not build skyscrapers. So instead of rewriting your whole life, spend the month of January smoothing the edges. Regular bedtimes is something that we can try to bring back into our lives. Basic food prep, clearing the inbox log. These small things, they are small, they feel small, but they create the foundation for even bigger changes that we would like to see later in the year. The second thing I want to address is the idea of shame around carrying projects into the new year. Somewhere along the way, we've decided that once we establish a goal, it needs to be finished by December, and then if it is not, we have failed. But as an adult, you know that life isn't always like that. Projects do not neatly wrap themselves up just because the year does, right? There's parenting, there's caregiving, all of our health journeys, home repairs, all the things, they all spill across boundaries. That is reality. A book draft that takes until March, a financial goal that stretches till June of the following year, a fitness journey that finally stabilizes in October. All of these things are still progress. The problem isn't that things take longer. The problem is that we keep judging things that we do against arbitrary dates instead of measuring whether we are actually moving forward. So here's a litmus test. Am I moving forward? Simple, right? If yes, you're not behind. That's it. Third, let's talk about the cost of rushing. Rushing doesn't just waste energy, it sabotages quality. I want you to picture baking a bread, right? You can take it out at 30 minutes instead of 40 because you need it done right now. On the outside, it may look finished, but on the inside, it's probably still raw. So many goals are like that. They look complete on the outside, a program wrapped up, a new habit launched, a renovation that we've ticked off the list. But because they were rushed, they do not hold up. They collapse the moment your real life presses on them. So here's a better way. Instead of measuring by speed, measure by stability. Ask yourself, can this hold up under the weight of my real life? Can I keep this routine, this new habit, this new thing when my life gets busier? That one question is far more valuable than did I finish in December or did I finish before the new year? Number 4, if you are worried about losing momentum, here's a simple exercise that works better than any resolution actually. Write down every unfinished task, every unfinished goal from the last year. Then next to each one, write the next logical step. That's it. One thing, not the whole plan, not the milestone, not the whole thing, just the next step. For example, instead of get fitter, write walk to the shops or to the corner twice this week. That's it. Or instead of finish your certification, write email the tutor about next modules or next semester's dates. This reframes the work from looming deadline to ongoing journey, something that we are doing and we know exactly what to do next. And it shrinks overwhelm into something actionable, something doable. Behavioral science shows that the brain loves next steps. Why? It triggers momentum while vague, big goals trigger avoidance. Number 5, I want to challenge the cultural obsession with January as the only fresh start that we ever get. Research on temporal landmarks, the idea that dates like New Year, birthdays, or Mondays spark motivation. Research shows that these dates do help, yes. However, only if the rest of your life has room for all of the change that you're trying to effect. Otherwise, they create a false sense of urgency that leads to guilt down the road when you have fallen off. Instead, start treating any day, any week as your fresh start. Thursday could be your fresh beginning. The 17th of the month could be the reset date you really need. You don't need the calendar to grant you permission to effect the change you want in your life. That's one of the most liberating shifts that you can make. And it means you can step off the hamster wheel of New Year, New Me culture and live in real time. 6. Protect your nervous system. Here's what I mean. After the holiday season of disrupted sleep, sugar spikes, socializing, and lots of stress, your body is already trying to regulate. Layer in a brand new system, a brand new 5 a.m. gym routine, a brand new I want to finish my writing this month, and a brand new vision board on top of that is like trying to sprint on a strained ankle. Instead, consider using January as recovery. Prioritize rest, hydration. Get your routines together, your daily routines, your bedtime routines. This doesn't sound as glamorous, I know, but what it does is that it puts your nervous system back into balance, which is the foundation for sustained effort and sustained focus. A calm body sustains a busy life far better than a hyped up one does. And number 7, let's flip the question entirely. What if January wasn't about adding more, but about clearing space? Perhaps we do not need to pile on 20 new habits next year or in January. Perhaps we need to release what is clogging the system as it is. Maybe it is unsubscribing from newsletters, or unsubscribing from services that don't serve us anymore, or dropping a draining commitment, or simplifying your wardrobes, or simplifying dinner to the same 4 meals or same 3 meals until your energy returns. Subtraction is really underrated, but often it is the most powerful thing that we can do for our routine, because it will make us feel lighter without demanding more and more from ourselves every single day. So here's the bottom line. Carrying things into the new year is not a flaw, it's not failing, it's how real life works, and it is perfectly fine. January does not have to be the month where you fix everything in your life. It can just be the month that you set conditions for growth. It can be the month that you stabilize, that you recover from the holidays. Instead of sprinting, it can be the month that you rest. Right? Measure progress by motion, not just deadlines, and let the bread bake all the way through. Write down the next step and forget the rest for now. Treat any day as a reset, and above all, protect your nervous system so that you enter the year steady and not shattered. That's how we build a year that lasts beyond the hype of the first few weeks. If you want more grounded research-based videos on how to build systems that actually work for the life that you live today, your real life, not somebody else's, make sure to subscribe below. Have a great day. Bye.